guys, this is Brownie from Manhattan, New York, and I'm coming to you guys with a nice quick tutorial on where did I go today. So today guys, I went to the Bill Cunningham show. I hope I'm saying that correct. His name is Bill Cunningham show, and we received this bag after the show. And I had really fun. It was a very nice show. So it's usually on channel 11. I believe they changed their times. What I have on my lips is the City Color Chick Color N3 already taken lip gloss. So you weren't allowed to film during the show, but before the show you were allowed to film. So I filmed a little clip on my phone of the before the show, what we were doing on stage before he came out. It was very fun, guys. And then I'm going to show you guys what I got in the bag after the show. So I'm looking on my phone for, okay, so this is a little clip, guys. That's me in the green, guys. That's what I was wearing, some black shoes. That's the studio. So this is basically inside the studio, and the people were having a very good time. And this is today's recording, 10/10/2014, and this is the 9 o'clock recording. So we had to get there a little bit before 9, and I just got to class, but we finished around 11, and then we ate pizza. So if you're interested, they have free tickets to the show. And if you're interested in being a guest, you can always go online to thebillcunninghamshow.com and let them know why you should be a guest. So that was just a little clip, and this is some pictures I took while in the studio. This is one picture I took. It's another picture I took in front of the sign. It's another picture I took in front of the audience. It's another one I took by the cameras because I'm into filming so much. Oh, that was me at home. But those are some pictures from the show today. Me in front of this sign. That's from today. And that's the video I just showed you guys. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this little clip. I'm gonna show you guys what I got in my bag. So in my bag, those of you know I got paid Wednesday. So what I bought on Wednesday was the Riri 2 lip gloss. It looks very similar to Icon. I have to Google the name. I have to figure out the name, and then I'll make sure to post it. So in the bag came this little card, and it says, "Let's put the cheese on the cracker. The Bill Cunningham Show. Attend a live taping in New York City every Thursday and Friday. For free tickets, go to BillCunninghamShow.com or call 1-888-710-8425, and the studio address is now 105 East 106th Street, New York 10025, the corner of 106 and Park Avenue. So this is a new address, guys. He was located on 42nd Show, and I had reserved to go there, and I never got the chance to go. And we got a cup. I got a cup holder, which is so awesome for me because I'm always burning my hands. And I can't drink tea because I always burn my hands, and now I have this little cute cup holder. Isn't that adorable, guys? and water bottle, because water bottle gets too cold in my hands. So this is amazing. I really love it. I purchased myself some flowers, guys. 2 different flowers. I forgot the name of these, but a white pair and a yellow pair. I really like these. I think they're so pretty. And I bought some extra food for them. I purchased some. I have a project coming up for school, and we're gonna make a genogram. A genogram is a diagram with a specific diagram for your family, and it shows how your family, but you're not gonna write like boy, girl. You're gonna use certain stuff to represent boy and girl. So for that project, which is for my Human Service Tool 1 project, which she made me so happy when she said that, because I feel like I haven't really had a break, but when I draw and I doodle, I kind of feel relaxed. So I bought this tape from Staples, and this is Scotch. Excuse me. This is Scotch Expression washi tape, WASHI tape, and I'm gonna use it to decorate the board. And look how pretty it is, guys. Look at these pretty flowers. I just feel like a horse sometimes. I just feel like I'm going and going and going and going, and I never stop. The design of this one is C314-GRN2. And then I bought another one, and this is also Scotch Expressions washi tape, and this is actually 15 mm, 391 inches, 10.9 yards. I'm not going to use the whole thing. And this is style C314-P23, in case you're interested in this one. And it's pink, and it has, so you can always order online at either scotch.com. You would just enter C314P23, and you would want washi tape. And if you like this design, this one is C314-GRN2. And guys, I've had my apartment for going on 4 years, and I didn't realize, and during that time I've kept almost all my mail, because my mail that came to my address, I never really ordered magazines. What I would do is, if I liked the magazine, I would actually go in store and buy it. So I probably have about 30 magazines over the years, so that's not a lot, and Victoria's Secret catalogs included, so that's not a lot. So I'm actually looking for, if you guys see something that's really nice, I need a magazine holder, book holder. I'm looking for a small glass table, not too big, guys. So if you see something not too expensive, please let me know. I am filming in school, so I bought this container to put my mail in, guys. It's really big. It's a 40-gallon. It's a 40-gallon container. It's really, really big. Look how big it is. It covers my whole face. Super big. So it's a 40-gallon, and this is by Bella. So I will let you guys know the review and how it held up, and if this is a good container, and if you should buy it if you're having the same problem I'm having. As I told you guys, I want a translucent container. I also bought, and I bought that from Staples for $4 on sale. I also bought some Starburst just to chew on. I am in class. I bought some garbage bags. I had nothing to put my garbage in, so I bought 100 mega pack tall garbage bags, and I only used the 13-gallon because I do live by myself, so I don't have a lot of garbage. My kids live with my mom, and I live by myself in my own 2-bedroom, so I don't have a lot of garbage. I don't have a lot of garbage to put in my garbage, besides when I'm on my happy days, my misses. And since I told you guys I really don't get my period, I really usually don't have a lot of garbage unless I buy something. That's usually my garbage. So if I put one garbage bag in, like this 100 garbage bags will last me for like 4 months. So I usually pick up like 4 or 5 and then don't worry about it for the next 5 or 6 months. And I'm lucky that I have an incinerator on each floor of my building. I have an incinerator. Plus, if the incinerator, you don't feel like dealing with the incinerator, you just take it right outside and you put it on the path going to my building, and then you have a whole nother area where you actually walk out, so you're not met with garbage as soon as you're going into your building. You know what I mean? Like when you get to your house, your property, that's your property. It's not like that. So we have like an outer post, and they collect it every morning, and they clean my building twice a day. They clean it in the morning and they clean it in the afternoon. They mop every floor, wax the elevator, mop it. They clean the incinerators, mop, wax it, wipe down all the mailboxes. So I'm really fortunate. I actually live in the projects, but I'm really fortunate that they do that every morning when I'm leaving. If I leave by the time they come on shift, then I get into a perfectly clean elevator. So I'm really lucky. I live in a very nice, maintained building. It's like always cleaned. Even the doors, the outside doors, everything gets cleaned. The whole front of the place is swept. The grass gets cut every 2 weeks. The grass gets cut. The garbage is taken out daily, so the incinerator is emptied daily, twice a day. They empty it in the morning and they empty it in the afternoon. So I'm super lucky and I'm very grateful. New update on my life is that I'm now going to have to start paying my rent myself. Before I had HRA welfare paying my rent because I was doing their programs and stuff like that. So I'm still going to be being a full-time student, but I'm going to be working part-time. I'm still going to be working part-time. That's a life update. 17 and a half hours each week, 35 hours every bi-weekly, and pay my rent for $215 out of my pocket. I go to school Monday through Friday. I go to 2 classes on Monday. I go to a class at 3 o'clock, and I go to another class at 3 to 4:40, and then 5:30 to 6:45. And then on Tuesday, I have a class from 7 to 8:15. And then on Wednesday, I have a class from 4 o'clock to 5:45. From 4 o'clock, I don't think I'm saying that right, guys. I'm gonna look. Look at my calendar. I didn't even still know how to work this phone. I have the G2. And I still don't know how to work my calendar. I don't even know how to work my calendar. Isn't that sad, guys? I have the G2, and my phone is even off because I'm supposed to pay my bill. I owe $746, guys. That's a lot of money on my bill, and this is hot. The G2 is really hot because I can do this and do this. Isn't this hot, guys? It's just a touch. 2 taps and that's it. I love it. So, to 5:45. From 4 o'clock to 5:45 4 o'clock to 4:40 on Wednesdays. And then my next class, I have English on Mondays and political science right afterwards. Then on Tuesdays, I have Human Service 201. Then on Wednesdays, I have English 201 and Politics 100. Then on Fridays, I just have Psychology 100, which I'm taking for the 3rd time, so I so super suck. I'm never going to graduate. I'm going to be like 1,000 years old. And I am a 2nd-year sophomore, guys, so that is just a life update. I'm just kidding. I am going to graduate. It's just that I've had a lot of setbacks this year. This year, I went to eviction court, and I actually have my eviction papers, guys. I went to eviction court. They had closed my case. I had a lot of class last semester, and the teacher was a really asshole. And I went to eviction court, and it got dismissed, so I was really happy. See, here it says case discontinued. And then you go to civil court when you're gonna get evicted by New York. So as you can see, this is how the paper was. So I had a lot of stuff going on, and I kind of filmed a lot more when I had a lot of stuff going on versus now. I film a lot, but I don't film a lot. And then I had gotten assaulted in court, so I've been going back and forth to court because when a court officer assaults you, they're not gonna say they assault you. Some of them do, some of them don't. His their boss was actually there while they were insulting me, and they really didn't care. So I've been going back and forth to court. These are my court dates that I've already attended just since the beginning of this year. This is 7 court dates. However, in total, already since the beginning of this year, I've had at least 15 court dates. And I'm very fortunate because my kids were adopted and I was able to find a job. I was able to find a job making $11 an hour working for ACS, which is Administrative of Children's Service of New York. I was very fortunate because my kids, I was in foster care myself. I came into foster care at the age of 11, going to 11, and I came in the April when I was 11. I just turned 11 that August before. My birthday's in August, and I turned 12 that April, and I believe it was 2002. And I wasn't in school for like almost a whole year. I hadn't been in school. I was just at home in foster care. I was waiting for a placement in a foster care holding center for like 3 months. 3 months I was waiting for placement in their holding center, and then I was placed. So and 3 months went by actually very fast because it was very different from the neighborhood where I was living with my biological mother before I came into foster care. So it was like so nice because the holding center is on 28th Street and 1st Avenue, which is located in Manhattan. And before I came there, I was living in the South Bronx in Manhattan on Claflin. I don't know if many of you know the Kingsbridge area, Bronx, New York. So it was like came from living in a house. I was living in, my mom has a house, a 3-family house. So I was living in a 3-family house with my mom alone. So it was so weird because it just, so many things that happened one time. I was molested. Then I was faced with rejection, and she didn't really want me. And she blamed me, and she was angry at me, and she just felt like I was always taking something from her life. Before she had me, she was like smaller, and then after she had me, she gained a lot of weight. So she just felt like I was always taking something from her life. But now that I'm older and I have more understanding, I understand that those stuff weren't my fault. You know, you have a kid, you're not going to stay the same size. You're going to gain weight. That's just natural biology. So I can't be blamed for those stuff. I was in foster care until 19 years old. I found my own. I went and applied for help. I went into the shelter because the foster care agency that I was in, they weren't doing anything to help me. They were like, oh, they're waiting to when we all turn 21. And I kept telling them I want to leave foster care. I didn't want to be in foster care anymore. I had lost so much. During the time I was in foster care, I had wanted to leave foster care, and they just wanted to keep me because they felt like the city doesn't really want to give up children before they turn 21. They want to keep you because the city gets funded for the foster kids, and the foster homes get funding based on placement and needed, and then they will open new agencies and new places to put kids. So they like when you go to detention and then your parent says, I don't want them back, and then you go into foster care. They like that. That is a way of making money. So I found my own apartment. Where was I, like, right? I found my own apartment at night. I went into the shelter right after I turned 18, and I stayed there for 3 months. I was attending medical assistant school, and I stopped because it was too much for me. I went into a very all-women's shelter, or you have to be 18, and there's no age limit to be there. No family allowed, just all women, and it was so weird to see how many women were in that shelter. No children, no nothing. they're just there by themselves. And I felt like, until you get there, you feel like you're the only person that's in this dump or this slump or doesn't have anywhere else to go. You feel like you're the only one facing this situation. And honestly, I didn't choose that situation. You know, my mom, she gave me up voluntarily, so she had an ACS case and then it closed, but she never got an ACS case. And it's crazy because they have new laws where you could just give up your kids voluntarily. I don't think that, I don't know. I have very, very confounded beliefs in that law. So, so I was in foster care, and my kids were basically ripped out of my arms because my son's father brought my son to the precinct, and he said he was homeless. I was having difficulties, and I actually have a sonogram that I'm gonna play for you guys and let you guys see it, where my nurse, she was sonogramming. It's too bad that I had deleted all. Like, I had recordings on my phone and stuff like that, and they honestly didn't think I was gonna make it. They didn't think I was gonna make it. Everybody thought I was gonna die. I was having a lot of problems with my pregnancy. I was pregnant at 15, and then I gave birth at 16, and then I was pregnant again at 16, and I gave birth at 17. Both my kids were a product of rape, and I have a 6-year-old and a 5-year-old. And they are the best thing that ever happened to me. If I could go back and do everything over again, I would. I've met a lot of fantastic people along my way. I was able to heal a lot of wounds that maybe I would have never been able to heal had I had stayed home with my mom, because things was only getting worse. They weren't getting better. I would go to school. On my way to school, she would tell me don't come home, or she wouldn't wake me up for school. So I had so many lates that I was failing because I was always late, or hanging out with friends till we were late. So I had so many lates that I would pass because of my work, but I would fail because I was so late to class. And a lot of my friends, they ended up living with guys and shacking up and stuff like that. Well, I don't think I ever had friends until I was old enough to know what a friend is, and I don't think that none of us know what a friend is until you're like in your 20s, because what I had thought was friends wasn't friends. And it took until I was about 18 to realize that I had no friends. I had thought I had a lot of friends, but I didn't understand what a friend was. You think a friend is, people qualify someone who's there whether or not, blah, blah, blah. That's not what a friend is. A friend is somebody, if you need to borrow $100, you can borrow it from them because they're financially stable and you're financially stable. That's what a friend is. A friend is someone who, even though you don't feel well, is going to tell you, come on, let's go to class so we could get our education and we could get up out of this slum. If you hate the ghetto, work to get out the ghetto. You know, if you don't like that you're middle class, work to be a rich person. If you don't like that you're poor, work to be a middle class. If you don't like your middle class, work to be rich. So, to me, that's what a friend is. Somebody like that. You don't have to get along. You don't have to see everything eye to eye. But at the end of the day, when I'm graduating, we all going to be graduating together. So that's what a friend is. Because we're going to push each other so that we all could get up out of here. And you could be my coworker one day, you know? Excuse me, guys. So, I apologize for this really long... Oh, here's the food. This is the food for my plants, guys. I apologize for this really long video. I don't edit my videos. I like you guys to see just what comes to my mind. On the back is instructions. And this food is from Floralife. Floralife is a brand, and I would recommend this food to anybody. I was using another one that came in a red bag, and the flowers would die when I put it in there. So whatever is in this is really healthy. It says 1.45 L of water. I have a dish that I bought from IKEA, and I only use half the pack, and I fill it up with 1.1 liter of water anyways, and I mix it. So these are the instructions on the back. So if you have flowers and you want them to live longer, you should definitely purchase Floralife. Flora Life. It's very worth it. And this is how it looks in the front. It's very worth it. It's very good. Very healthy for the plants. They live longer with it. I don't know what is in it. I guess it's more natural than more products than it says it is. So that's basically been my update. I was fortunate that my lawyer was able to get the courts to have me on 24-hour. So God forbid if they do need me to come to court, they just call me in 24 hours before or an hour before. So I've been very fortunate with everything, even though my mom abandoned me when I was younger. I mean, she abandoned me way before that. I told you guys in previous videos that my mom institutionalized me because she didn't want me, and she didn't want to give me up because my mom is a registered nurse, and she was scared that if she gave me up, she would lose her career, and she would lose her job, and she would lose her license. So she didn't want to give me up. So she put me in a mental institution for years, and when I went in the mental institution, every time they asked her to take me home, she would tell them no, she didn't want to take me home. She didn't want me in her house. And all these things that have happened to me is made me a stronger person because, you know, when I went in those places, you have a team conference before you go home. And these people work in mental institution and they deal with people with actual mental issues. So here and there when they stumble along a young person that doesn't have a mental issue, one lady quit. I was working there and she was very inspirational. She quit and she went back to India. She said that she would not be, she was like, they call them team counselors, and she quit and she went back to India. She was like, I will not work in some place where when I got there, all the kids there, except for 2 people, did not have mental conditions. They were perfectly fine. The parents just didn't want kids. You know, they felt like they were too young when they had kids. They didn't want this responsibility, and they wanted to give them up. So they figured, well, you could say they're mental and get them up like that, but it's something that your kids stay stuck with throughout their life because that stays on your record. So it's a horrible thing to do to anybody. However, I've rose above that and overcome that, and I'm a much stronger person, and I'm happy that I went through all of that because my mom was treating me really bad at home. I went through a lot of physical abuse from her, verbal abuse, and mental abuse from her, and nobody believed me. You know, like I would tell, because everybody felt like these kids feel entitled or something like that. Like I remember she used to tell me, you're not entitled for me to love you. I love you if I want to love you, but your kid is entitled for you to love them. You don't have a choice whether you're gonna love them or not. That's your kid. They're entitled. More than anything, they're entitled. So I really hope you guys enjoy this life update and what I'm doing. I haven't done anything in a while, so this was super out of my normal. I don't go anywhere. I go to school, work. I go to school, work, school, work, school, work, school, school. And that's all I do. And occasionally I might get some shopping of minor necessities. Basically, my makeup has become a necessity, guys. Oh, yeah. Get some shopping of my necessities and stuff to blog and stuff to post. When I do graduate, next year I should be graduating. I'm transferring to TCI college, guys, for 2 semesters. So when I first get there, before I leave these schools, I'm definitely gonna video record like the building and show you guys what it looks like, where I've been going to. And when I go there, I definitely gonna video record and show you guys the building and show you what it looks like and show you where I am. And I won't leave you guys out. And that's basically everything that's been going on with me. So have a blessed day, guys. Again, this is Brownie from Manhattan, New York. Mwah!